What's good, y'all, and welcome back to the Hurls and Smalls show. Wrapping up Thursday night football, previewing week 3 slate, and I'm here as always with my main man Smalls. How you doing?
Man, I don't know. We just did that intro 17 times. I'm doing good, man. No, just got done watching an absolutely
awful
Thursday night suck, bro.
It's bad. It's bad.
Like, I get excited every Sunday to watch football. Thursday comes around and it's
literally.
I gotta watch football tonight.
It's terrible. It's terrible. If we weren't doing this, I don't know if I'd be watching Thursday night games. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what's next week's game? Giants and Cowboys. Then we got Bucks and Falcons. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they need to do with Thursday night games, but they got to do something. But
I agree.
We can get into this game if you want to lead the way. As I said, I don't got too much to say about this game, and it was awful.
I would like to start with the Jets defense. They were phenomenal. The biggest loser of the day, biggest loser of the season so far probably, has been Hassan Reddick. I don't understand why he's still holding out. Just
he not his money.
You're losing. He's losing $800,000 every game.
Yeah, it's a pride thing. It's a pride thing at this point. It's got to be.
Sure. Will McDonald, year 2 player, has been absolutely phenomenal. I think he had 3 sacks last game and 2.5 this game or something like that. He's probably the best player on that defense, especially with CJ Mosley out. What do you think? I'm sorry, Quinnen D tackle.
Quinnen Williams. Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner.
Sauce been okay. He is better, but I don't know if he's been better so far this year.
Solomon Thomas,
Michael Clemens,
Javon Kinlaw, former
Michael
Niner.
Clemens has filled in for Jermaine Johnson today, and he got a sack, and he did Jermaine Johnson's celebration, and I thought that was really cool. And Jermaine Johnson talked about it a little bit on Twitter. I don't know, man. I don't have a lot to say about this game. Jacoby Brissett.
Before we started, this is the same guy that said we had 3 hours worth to say about this game. But go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
I was trolling. Jacoby Brissett. I gave him 4 games when you asked me how long he started.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if he should get the 4th game. I think he seems like a great guy, and I want him to succeed so badly. I wanted him to have the Geno arc that Geno has. He's just not. It's Drake May's time.
If the Pats weren't playing who they're playing next week, I would have said start Drake May. But next week they play the Niners. So I don't think
a bad team.
Aaron Rodgers looked really good today.
What Fred Warner would do to Drake May would be horrible. It'd be a crime. Drake May almost threw a pick to
on his first throw.
On his first play, to Michael Carter. It's crazy. Sherwood had filled in for CJ Mosley today, and he looked all right. He looked pretty good. But the offenses, neither one made me too happy. And I watch football to watch offense. The Jets looked all right.
They look solid. They looked a lot better than what they've. The
commentators glazed Aaron Rodgers the whole game, bro.
Forget
if you didn't know, he's the oldest player in the league. And he played 4 snaps last year before tearing his Achilles. They probably said that 100 times.
Al Michaels, man, he's a legend in the business. But he's not helping Thursday Night Football's case. He's not. He is not, man. There is no excitement left in him. He's given everything he had. It's time for a new crew. It's time for Thursday Night Football to be revamped and, actually put some meaningful games on. Because
I don't know if it was him, but the first touchdown was Alan Lazard, who was plus 1,400 in betting odds. But he got the touchdown, and the commentator was like, "And there's Lazard with the touchdown."
Yeah, it's just it's not
like,
good.
Dude.
Thursday Night Football just needs to be revamped in general. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't know if I would start Drake May next game because, like I said, it's against the Niners. So maybe you give Jacoby another game. Let me see who they play after the Niners. You got the Dolphins after, no Tua probably. So
yeah.
Maybe you start him there, I think. A divisional game, maybe you start him there. I wouldn't start him against the Niners because it's just going to make him look bad and people are just going to try to write him off a little too early. But Aaron Rodgers Very good. Yeah, he did.
That he touchdown mobile throw in the pocket, which surprised me.
He was able to roll out and make some plays outside the pocket, which he wasn't able to do earlier in the season. He didn't look too good at it. And that throw to Garrett Wilson, that touchdown throw was so good. If he would have put it anywhere else, it would have got picked off, and it would have been a pick six.
And that was a great play by Garrett to get in as well.
And your boy Braylon Allen.
I know. Again. He's that man, dude. When he got drafted there, I was so upset. It's like he's got to sit behind Breece. He's gonna be in that Charbonnet role where he's a good player, but he's behind an even better guy. But his talent is just so extreme that they can't sit him. They have to give them both reps.
Definitely.
And he outplayed Breece today.
100%. I'm glad Breece got into the end zone though, because I have
pretty comfortably as well.
I have him in fantasy. Speaking of Rhamondre, my goodness, man, what a bust of the week for me. I started him and
it's Thursday.
Didn't do much of it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I had 3 players playing in this game. I had Rhamondre, Garrett, and Breece Hall. Man, yeah, not too good of a week for me, but yeah.
That Jets offensive line looked really, really good today. And then in the late third or early fourth, Morgan Moses got hurt.
Yeah.
And he was just writhing on the ground, dude. I felt so bad for the guy. I hope he's okay, or we're rooting for you. But Fashanu checked in, rookie from Penn State, I want to say. But hopefully the line doesn't take a big hit when
the Pat stock kind of did one of these. It's not like it was crazy high anyway, but I thought they were going to be one of those teams that could just be competitive. You know, I thought their defense would keep them in games, and their offense would be able to muster up maybe 17 points. But man,
they got nothing.
No, yeah,
nothing. Jabril Peppers got hurt today, but he came back in. Hopefully that doesn't hold him back much this season because I love Jabril, man. He's one of my favorite players in the whole league, to be honest. Antonio Gibson looked great last week, and I don't know if he had a carry today.
No, he did. He ended the game. He came in late, and he looked alright. But yeah, they didn't have much of a run game because they got down early, so they just stopped running the ball. And Jacoby just did not look good. Inaccurate. Just didn't look good in the pocket either. I really want. If it was anyone else, I would have said start Drake May. But I just really don't think they should do it against the Niners. So I guess Jacoby can get next week and Drake May will start against the Dolphins. That's what I would do. Or if it gets ugly again, you put in Drake May to end the game. Something like that.
The offense was really bad, but Demario Douglas was one of the few shining spots. He had a solid, I wouldn't say he had a great game, but he had a solid game.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyquan Thornton had some targets. I don't know if he came down with any, but he got rocked and a few PIs called. And before we move on to our predictions, just gonna give a commentator quote of the game.
Go ahead.
Make sure I get this exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like 2 guys could be coming here.
And I was watching this on Twitch because that's where it's free there. So I was watching and then I looked over at the comments and everyone was spamming, what did he say? And it was just a bunch of that. So yeah, I definitely heard it.
And then he goes, neither come.
Yeah. Do you want to just move on? Unless you have anything else to say about this game, we can move on to our predictions for the week.
So do you want to finish with your segment or do you want to do it first?
You think we should do it first? Let's do it first.
Let's finish with yours, and I want to ask you. I want to see if you can guess this real quick. I got 5 teams. The NFL team average scoring margin, point margin, the top 5. I want to see if you can guess them. So on-off numbers for the NBA. Jokic,
they're
scored more than their opponents.
Yeah. Okay, the Saints are number 1.
The Saints are number 1 with plus 31.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 31. How?
I don't know.
They scored 40 on both teams. There's no way it's 30. I swear it should be like 60. Because how much did the Cowboys score last week?
They beat the Cowboys by 25 and what the
yeah.
It's like 50.
Exactly.
I don't know how that stat works then.
Well, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. The Saints. Oh, this is kind of cheating. I have the games up. Let me scroll down. So the Saints.
Oh, it's average. I'm sorry. It's average.
Average. Okay, that makes sense. So the Saints, like I said. Let me go by division. Are the Bills in the top 5?
The Bills are 4th at plus 13.5.
Okay, so I have 1 and 4. You know who's sneaky? They're 1-1. But they only lost by 6, and then they beat the Rams by 1,000,000. So the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are 5th, 12.5.
Okay. Oh, 12.5 gets you in. So okay. So NFC West.
Really close game week 2.
Really close.
One of the best defenses in football.
One of the best defenses in football. Close game week 2.
2-0.
2-0.
Both of these teams, second and third place, are both 2-0.
2-0. The Chiefs. No. The Chiefs won by a toenail week 1 and then won on a pass interference.
Week 2, this game, second place, the game finished in like 10 total minutes.
Oh, the Chargers. I should have off rip. I should have picked both teams
second.
both team that played the Panthers.
Yep, you should have.
So I got the Saints, the Chargers, the Bills, and Cardinals. So I'm missing number 3.
You're missing number 3.
It's not the Steelers, not the Browns, not the Jets. No, the AFC North. No, AFC East. No, AFC South. Is it the Texans won 2 close games, so it's not the Texans. It's in the NFC North. It's not the Vikings.
It's the Vikings. It's the Vikings. Third place, plus 14. All right, let's get into our previews.
Shut the! Don't just jump into the previews after you say it's the. Go. Let's. Yeah, no, you're right. Let's get into the previews. Man. We can start from the top.
0-2 Giants at the 1-1 Browns.
Mm-hmm. I think if Deshaun Watson can do what he did last week, manage the game, try to do anything too crazy, I think the Browns should walk away with this game easily. That defensive line from the Giants may give them some issues, but
easily.
But I'm going with the Browns easily.
But that's the biggest question: do you get week 1 Deshaun or week 2 Deshaun?
It really depends. Yeah, it really depends. Because if we get week 1 Deshaun, I'm taking the Giants without a doubt. But if we get
without a doubt, it's still a question because Daniel Jones against that Browns defense is.
Yeah, if we get week 2 Deshaun, I'm taking the Browns by a mile.
Malik Neighbors had 18 of their 27 targets in week 2. For 66.7% of the share, and that's the highest in the last 9 years. He's just unbelievable, dude. I mean, this is his first real test. The Browns have one of the best secondaries in football.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I think he'll still have a good game because he's just that talented.
Yeah, but still, give me the Browns by. Browns by at least 2 scores. Well. At least 2 scores.
I want to see Theo Johnson get involved. He's their tight end. He's 6'6" and had a 4.5 something 40. And he has good hands, but he hasn't been involved at all yet. He's leading the league in pass block attempts by a tight end. I think if they can get him involved a little bit more, their offense will be easy because that's just some checkdowns for Daniel Jones.
And
the Browns
David
still are missing
both. Healthy because my fantasy team needs you. Because I have him, I have TJ Hawkinson on IR. I tried to pick up what's his name, Colby Parkinson. He was awful.
Bad.
So now I'm scavenging for a tight end for the week. We'll see what I can do, man. But we can move on.
I took Hawkins so many leagues, dude, because he was just going so late.
2 leagues, yeah.
But the Browns still are missing both of their offensive tackles, and DeJuan Jones might miss this week as well.
Yeah.
So Brian Burns and Thibodeau, even if they lose, they should eat.
Yeah. I think that Giants defensive line will give them some problems. Eagles at Saints. Do the Saints
Eagles,
hot
2-0 Saints.
Start continue? What do you got?
I picked the Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles as well. I
think the Saints will still give them a run.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Eagles are
underdogs. I was looking at they have the Eagles at underdogs, but I'm definitely taking the Eagles here. At the end of the day, I think it comes down to Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara.
I think Saquon Barkley has a vengeance game this game. After dropping that big play in week 2,
against
I think he'll come out pissed off. And what I put is Kamara the best running back in football after that?
I think it's going to come down to whoever plays the best between those 2 running backs. And can Jalen Hurts play a turnover-free game? That Saints defense has been looking, huh?
He's been bad.
Yeah. Last game he looked a lot better, especially with his legs. He looked a lot. Yeah, He looked a lot better in game 2 against the Falcons, especially with his legs getting out of the pocket and making plays. But yeah, if he can play a turnover-free game and Saquon can, just be Saquon, I think the Eagles should win here.
Yeah. AJ Brown seems doubtful.
Yeah, which is good for my fantasy team because I have Devontae.
Devontae will have to keep it up. Yeah. Does Rashid Shaheed make it 3 for 3? 50 plus.
That
yards.
Eagles secondary is bad. So book it. That I think defense is bad. I think this is gonna be a pretty high scoring game. Give me 33. Give me 33-28 Eagles. Don't like that?
I don't know. I think I could see it. The Saints are gonna put up points, but I don't know if the Eagles will. I have the Eagles to win, so I don't know if they can put that up with them without AJ Brown. Devin White, healthy scratch week 2. I would like to see him get traded somewhere.
Yeah, I seen him. Yeah, I seen that interview he had at like his locker about not playing or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on. Texans at Vikings, 2-2-0 teams. Someone gets their first loss here,
teams.
Unless there's a tie.
Someone's always gotta go.
But Sam Darnold.
Oh, don't say unless there's a tie. Ties suck, bro.
No, they definitely do. But Sam Darnold, I love you, man. We go way back. We're like this, Sam. But I'm rolling with CJ Stroud. In the crew. Did you see that little clip of him talking to Jalen Johnson about like not giving away your tips on Richard Sherman's podcast or whatever?
Yeah.
He's like, you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me. Yeah. But yeah, give me the Texans here pretty handedly. The Vikings, fun story. It's over. Sam Darnold has thrown at least 2 interceptions here. He's not going to look as good as he did in the first 2 weeks, and he's going to fall back down to earth like he always does. I'm not a Sam Darnold hater, but I just keep it real. Sam Darnold is very talented. He is very, very talented. But this is it for the Vikings. It's done. The Cinderella run to begin the season, it's over with. So give me the Texans. Go ahead, man.
I have never seen a clear hater try to defend himself against being a hater.
I'm not a Sam Darnold hater. I just don't like what you try to push, so I have to just push back.
According to you, Sam Darnold would have like 7 interceptions so far this season. And he's got 2. He's got less than your boy Brock.
Make your pick, man. Make your pick.
At the end of the day, I took the Texans. I think that their offense is too good for the Vikings to match them without Hockenson or Addison. If Addison plays, I think it'll be a better game. But I think the Texans got too much firepower for the Vikings secondary.
And if CJ can just get the ball out quick, I think he'll do crazy things to that defense because Brian Flores is going to be sending a lot of pressure. So if he can get the ball out quick, they'll have no one back there in coverage. So give me the Texans.
I think Kamari Lassiter is having one of the best rookie performances so far this season. I think that scouts need to stop focusing so much on the combine and focus more on what you can see in college.
I don't know why the combine ever mattered so much. I don't know why it ever matters so much.
He fell to the second round after having a great career in college. DeMeco Ryans has loved him and praised him all offseason, and now he's showing it why he was getting that praise. He's been great, dude. I want to see Tank Dell involved more, and the thing I'm most curious about this game is who is lined up with CJ in the backfield. Because Mixon is banged up. Dameon Pierce might play, but he's still banged up.
And their running game did not look too good after Mixon got hurt. So
no, because Cam Akers was just kind of thrown in there. If Cam Akers knows he's going to be the starter, I hope he is, because I think Cam Akers having a little bounce back is cool. But then their backup would be Dare Ogunbowale, former field goal kicker. But I don't know.
So we both got Texans. Are we the same?
I got the Texans
so far. We're the same so far. We picked Browns, Eagles, Texans. Okay.
Yep. I love the Vikings linebackers between Blake Cashman, Ivan Pace, Jonathan Grenard, and Andrew Van Ginkel. They're just, I think that's the star unit of that defense. So
I remember week 1 you went off on Daniel Jones. He got picked off by a guy named Van Ginkel, and now you love him.
Andrew Van.
Now you
love him. He's still very ugly, but he's
all right. We can move on. What are we talking about?
He's been great so far. Is Andrew Van Ginkel not a goofy name? That's all I was saying about Daniel Jones.
It is. Broncos at Bucks.
Shout out Harrison Smith. He's one of the greatest Vikings ever. For Broncos Bucks, I wrote one thing. 2 words. Go Bucks. I don't like the Broncos, Scott.
Give me the Bucks.
I don't like them.
Give me the Bucks in a blowout here, man. There's not really much to say.
Is very bad at football. I don't understand how he went so high. I don't understand how Sean Payton was like, "Ooh, we tricked the Vikings into not trading up."
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you got Bo Nix. He's
give him some time, man. You gave Bryce time. Give Bo some time. Give me the Bucks though.
I didn't see anything out of Bo coming into the league.
Give me the Bucks and we'll just move on. Just give me the Bucks and we'll move on. Packers.
Shout out Chris Godwin. I hope he keeps it up for the 3rd week.
And Mike Evans, I hope you have a big game. And shout out if Baker wins this game handedly, he's my MVP after 3 weeks. Packers at Titans. Give me the upset here. I got the Titans.
Oh Lord. Oh.
Give me the upset here. I got the Titans. I think Will Levis will play a cleaner game. I'm hoping he plays a cleaner game, and if he plays that clean game, I think the Titans defense will be able to hold them down like they did that first half against the Bears. And whether Jordan plays or not,
he's questionable right now.
Give me the Titans.
He has up until 90 minutes before kickoff.
Whether he plays or not, I'm taking the Titans.
I think if it's
a super low scoring game.
If you're pushing it that far, I would personally not play him. Mm-hmm. I like what I saw out of Malik Willis. You didn't make him do much, and he looked good with what you made him do. It
was an amazing game plan for Malik, yeah.
I really, really like Malik Willis, the person, so I would love to see him succeed. I just think he seems like a really good person. But I got the Packers, regardless who's at quarterback. I hope Will Levis has another bonehead moment because those screenshots are going viral, dude.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I want Calvin Ridley to continue off of week 2 instead of going back to what he did week 1. But for Brian Callahan's sake, I really like him for the Titans. I thought he was a great coordinator over there in Cincy. But give me the Packers. Josh Jacobs is gonna run all over them again.
Give me the Titans. Bears at
before
Colts.
we move on, go ahead. Will Levis's phone number leaked, and people were sending him like a bunch of BS, so he had to change it. That's just people suck, man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
People gotta be better. It's just a game. It's
definitely. Bears at Colts. I think Colts back against the wall. You don't want to fall down, fall to 0-3 with the Texans possibly going to 3-0 and already beating you this season. I think backs against the wall. They need this win, and I think they get it. I wouldn't say that their hopes to win in the division are completely over if they lose, but it probably is. So I think they, backs against the wall. I think Anthony Richardson plays a better game than he did last week. And I think that'll be enough to get them past the Bears. It's going to be tough against the Bears defense, but I think Jonathan Taylor has a good game, and Anthony Richardson just does enough to get the Colts to win because they need it.
DeForest Buckner got put on IR. Mm-hmm. That defense was already struggling with his secondary. That defense is just cooked, man. They're not. If Caleb can't look good against them, then there's serious issues.
I wouldn't say. And on the other hand, I wouldn't go as far as to say that. I will say though, at times, especially against the Texans, his arm just looked like a noodle. Yeah,
it wasn't strong.
But go ahead.
But I think he can dip and dive wherever he wants to against this defense. So he shouldn't struggle as much. I think this should be his best game of his young career.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of the game, Anthony Richardson is going up against one of the best defenses in the league. And after last week, it's hard to imagine him bouncing back against this team.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will, but I just don't think it'll be this week. I think the Colts fall to 0-3.
Okay.
I got the Bears.
0-3, and after we both had the Texans winning. It's gonna look rough for the Colts if
Bears fans are already turning on DeAndre Swift, and I think that's kind of funny because I don't think they ever needed to sign him.
I agree. I don't understand why anybody was so happy or hype when he got signed to the Bears. I don't know if they never watched him before, but he's just not that great of a running back. His vision isn't amazing. He's just whatever. I never really liked
Romo Dunze's dad is already on Twitter posting clips of him getting open.
And then he was like, it's not about whatever y'all think it's not about that. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Another battle of 2-0 teams. Chargers at
Steelers. Has to go.
And
I think there's
go ahead.
Three. What would it be? Participants, I guess, for game of the week. I think Texans Vikings is one, and I think this is one, and then there's another one that we'll get to. But I think this game will be just absolutely phenomenal. I think they're gonna muck things up, in the words of D Mills. But
this is gonna be an ugly game.
I can't wait to watch it.
And I always say the Steelers games are boring. And to begin the season, I said the Chargers are gonna be boring, but they'll win. So this is gonna be a super ugly, boring game. But I got the Chargers winning. I think Justin Herbert hasn't had to do much at all this season. Not that he's incapable of it. That run game has just been so good. J.K. Dobbins has been so good. And if he can't get that,
so good.
And if they can't get that run in the game going, I think this is a game where Justin Herbert will realize, this is my time where they need me. This running game has, carried us through these first 2 weeks. And I think Justin Herbert will get them this win this week. But I think it'll be a super close game. I wouldn't be surprised if this game came down to like game winning field goal, no time left or something like that.
Justin Herbert, I'm a big fan. I'm sorry I had to bench you, man, but you just haven't been that good.
And I definitely wouldn't be starting him this week.
It's in my starting lineup. And I don't know if that'll be much better, but man can only pray. And I would like to say that go ahead.
Why I'm taking the Chargers, Joe Alt. TJ Watt's gonna be it's gonna be a tough matchup. It's TJ Watt. But I think Joe Alt will be good enough. I'm not gonna say he's gonna neutralize TJ, he'll be good enough to where that run game will
just go to the other side.
No, I don't think he's just gonna play on the other side the entire time. You think
not the entire time, but
and I think when he's on that side of Joe Alt, on the right side of the offense,
that'd be a great matchup.
I think Joe Alt will do a pretty good job, and I think they'll be able to get that run game and passing game. Go ahead.
I think that Justin needs to uncork himself a little bit.
Definitely.
I'm not saying play like a maniac, but he's just playing. He's playing so safe, and you got to score points at some point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. So but I think it's more so he just hasn't had to.
True, but a 5 field goal game to win, that's disgusting.
Yeah,
you got one touchdown through 2 weeks, and you're playing a Jim Harbaugh led team. You have to win. You're gonna have to put up points other than field goals. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I think Najee's looked pretty solid to start the season. Everybody loved Jaylen Warren going into the season, right?
Yeah.
And I was not a fan. I didn't understand it. And he hasn't been very good to start the season. He's got the big play potential, but it's like that's it. Najee is your clear number one guy. It's not a split. It's a RB1 and an RB2, and Najee is your RB1.
I've never really liked
Najee. It's not the Chargers. It's not the I know you haven't, but I do. But the Chargers are a split. They got JK and Gus.
Yeah. So you're going.
I can't wait to watch this game. End of story. I got the Chargers.
Oh, we're both going Chargers. Okay.
Yep.
Dolphins at Seahawks. Game where I wanted to pick the Dolphins just because the Seahawks are division rivals, but I think the Seahawks go to 3-0 here pretty easily. Skylar Thompson.
This is starting. The first 4:00 game.
Yeah, not a great start to the 4:00 slate. Skylar Thompson starting in Seattle. I think the Seahawks are going to win pretty easily here.
This will be one I'm not tuned into very much. I think the Seahawks are just going to blow the brakes off of them. I don't think Skylar Thompson's good. They put Tua on IR. They said his season's probably not done, and they're just going to take their time with him. I think that's the best possible thing. You don't force retirement on him. You let him. You give him the time to do whatever he feels is right for his family.
Definitely. I could see why people say Tua should retire, but if Tua is cleared and wants to play, I don't think the NFL should step in and say, no, we're not going to let you. I think if Tua wants to play, just let him play. It's up to him. But
I think there have been other players that have head injuries like that, but they're just not quarterbacks, so it's not as prevalent.
Yeah, and it's not on national TV and
national stage. Tua's always seemed to be on national stages, and it sucks for him.
Do you think we see Tyler Huntley already this week?
I had that written down. I hope so. I think Tyler Huntley's good.
Define good.
Okay, for like a backup quarterback, he's a solid backup.
He'll be fun.
Good as a stretch. Yeah, good as a stretch. He's fun. He's he's not nowhere near Lamar, but he'll
just be electric. Yeah, he'll
streaks
just
in him.
The fans will get behind him. The players will get behind him. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
a little read option with A-Chain will be fun. He can hit the drags, the Tyreek or Waddle. He'll love Jonnu Smith, I guess, because he loved Mark Andrews.
I'm taking the Seahawks pretty easily here.
If I have A-Chain in any fantasy league, man, am I happy that.
Oh yeah.
Skylar Thompson is the starter.
He's gonna get a lot of checkdowns.
He's gonna get a lot of checkdowns. No. And Kenny Walker seems like his injury is pretty serious. Mm-hmm. I hope not, but I don't know if you saw the video of him running, but he was struggling. So I think Charbonnet gets at least the next 2 games to.
Yeah, I need Kenneth Walker to come back.
I like Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Panthers at Raiders. Andy Dalton starting here.
Andy Dalton is 4-0 in his career against the Raiders.
What are you saying?
But it will end up being 4-1.
Okay. Does the offense look better with Andy Dalton?
All I care about this game for is, was it Bryce Young? Mm-hmm. Was he the glaring issue?
That's literally it.
Yeah.
And part of me doesn't want Andy Dalton to go out and hang 30 on the Raiders and win this game, because everybody's just going to go and attack Bryce Young and be like, yeah, it was all him.
He's going to look good. Yeah. It's inevitable. He's going to look. Yeah.
He definitely will.
What is Andy Dalton? 36?
I don't know.
36 years old, something like that.
Red Rocket.
He's had a long career of being a starter. He's locked into being a backup at this point. He's an intelligent guy. He knows how to get. He's gonna get Deontay Johnson the ball. Deontay's gonna have the best week of his career, or not career, best week of his season to start.
Yeah.
He's gonna get Adam Thielen the ball. He's gonna put confidence into Chuba Hubbard. I think their offense is gonna look a whole lot better. But that's not because Bryce Young is bad. It's because Andy Dalton just
definitely, and that will be the talking point. Was Bryce Young the problem? You know, that's what everybody's gonna be asking if the Panthers are gonna win this game. But yeah, give me the Raiders pretty easily.
I think the Panthers need new ownership.
You're not a fan of the Teppers, I think it is over there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Teppers. I like this game for the Raiders because I think Gardner gets to settle in. He hasn't had an incredible start. I think he's like second in passing yards, but he hasn't looked phenomenal. And I think this is the week where he gets to settle in, realize he's that guy for them.
Yeah.
And
they won by a smidge last week. I think this is a game where they just smack up on the Panthers and, find their groove. So yeah, give me the Raiders.
Max Crosby's going to continue to dominate.
My goodness, yeah. Yeah, he is. Game of the week to most people.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. Your San Francisco 49ers heading down south to the
game of the week where the 4 best offensive weapons are all out. You ain't got Debo, CMC, Cooper, or Puka, and you excited over there to watch Jawan Jennings.
Kittle didn't practice today because of a hamstring.
Kittle didn't practice
either.
He's
questionable. Yeah. We have Charvarius Ward who's questionable. So, yeah. But Niners at Rams. The Rams offense I think is going to be terrible here, especially playing the Niners defense. No Cooper, no Puka. I think it's going to be an awful game for someone that's not a fan of either team. Give me the Niners in a blowout. And
disagree. Not even because it's the Niners, solely because of Matt Stafford, man. I think this is a random Matt Stafford game where he just... Hello?
I can hear you.
Are you good over there?
Just continue, man. Just continue.
You act like every time I talk about the Niners, I'm shitting on them. I'm solely interested in Matt Stafford, but you can come on here and shit on the Vikings week after week and shit on the Ravens. Go ahead,
continue. It's going to be a Matt Stafford game. That's where you stop. You stop that. It's going to be a Matt Stafford game.
I like Jordan Whittington. I think Stafford brings him into receiver 1. DeMarcus Robinson, I'm not a fan of. And Tyler Johnson is cool, but I think he's a receiver 2. Jordan Whittington is the reason I'm excited to watch this game. Go ahead, spew your Niners propaganda.
So that's why you're picking the Rams?
I didn't pick the Rams. You got too fucking thirsty to get upset about the Niners. You always want to...
Now let me talk. Let me talk for a second. Brock Purdy, I'm looking at you. They talk so much crap about you. He can only win because of the Avengers. He can only win with CMC, with Debo, with Trent, with Kittle, with Ayuk, with who am I missing? Whoever else I didn't say, CMC. They're saying you can only win because of them. Now I need you to go out there. I know you're going to go out there this week and ball out and shut the haters up. This is your game, Brock. This is your game. This is your game, Brock, and I know you're going to ball out. By the way, leading the league in passing yards, if you didn't know, at 550. Brock Purdy's going to go and have himself a game. My hot take stat line of the week. Brock Purdy throws for 300, perfect passer rating, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. Book it. Book it. This is not going to be a close game. Every time we go and play in SoFi, it's all Niners fans. So if you tune into this game for even a second, just do me a favor. Look into the stands. It's going to be a sea of red. The home field sucks for both LA teams. So give me the Niners handedly. Because I don't know what anyone thinks this Rams offense is going to do on a defense littered with all pros. Talanoa Hufanga, an all-pro safety, is coming back, making his return this week for his torn ACL.
He's coming back?
Yeah.
That's good.
And if we would have had him last week, we would have smacked up on the Vikings because we had a backup safety on the best receiver in the league, but that's in the past. We moved on. We're on to week 3.
So do you want to talk about not having Hawk or Addison?
We're on to week 3. We're on to week 3. So as I was saying, this Rams offense is going to have nothing to go at this Niners defense with, and that Niners offense is going to tear apart that Rams defense. So give me the Niners hanging a 40 piece on the Rams. Give me 41-10 Niners. I rest my case.
As I was saying, the only reason I'm excited is Sean McVay is a genius. Matt Stafford is very good at throwing a football. I just want to see what they can do. I do think the Niners win pretty convincingly because Jordan Mason is just going to dominate that defense. But I hope Jared Verse just absolutely... I hope he's in the backfield every possession. I hope he destroys Purdy. But Purdy's going to need Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk has been bad to start. And
go ahead.
They're going to have to figure that connection out.
Brock, I was talking to you, but Smalls is right. Brandon Ayuk, get it together. Possibly no Kittle. There's no Debo. There's no CMC. This is your time. If you don't have at least over 100 yards this game, there's a problem. We paid you $30 million a year. It's time to go play like you earn $30 million a year, man. Enough is enough. We can move on.
I like how you look dead in the camera when you're doing that.
We can move on, man. Niners by a million. I think this might be the game you were talking about, game of the week.
This is the third one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Lions at Cardinals. Both 1-1.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown is third in targets so far this season. Mm-hmm. Jameson Williams is fifth. Mm-hmm. They got the two-headed monsters at running back. They have a good offensive line. Sam Laporta hasn't even got involved so far, and he was the best tight end in football last year.
George Kittle led all tight ends in yards.
Statistically,
he was the only tight end with 1,000 yards last season.
You don't have to always talk about George.
I'm just saying, when you mention the best tight end, I have to bring up the real best tight end. If
Jared Goff doesn't hold them back, I don't see a world where this offense isn't the best in the league.
Definitely. But as I was saying, I wanted to find a way to pick the Cardinals. But I think at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to how bad the Cardinals defense is. And they're just not going to be able to hang with the Lions offense. So I think that this will be a pretty high scoring game, but give me the Lions by maybe 10 points.
Like you were saying, the Cardinals have a bad defense. I think the Lions will score most possessions, and the Cardinals I think they'll look good in the first half.
Yeah.
And then the Lions will pull away in the second.
Yeah.
Aiden Hutchinson is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what he does. Mm-hmm. And Marvin Harrison, he had those 2 big touchdowns first quarter. Were they moving him just to satisfy fans, or do they realize how talented he is? Are they going to continue?
Is he going to continue? I meant to ask you, do you think this continues from Marvin Harrison? He doesn't have to have 4
he only had 4 receptions.
Touchdowns. Yeah, he doesn't have to have 130 for 2 touchdowns. But even if he has,
I want to see him in the medium range where it's not just bombs. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He needs more receptions.
Get involved in like a long drive where it's 6 plays or 10 play drive and 4 of them are receptions to Marv. Yeah. Okay, but we both got Lions there.
Yeah.
All right.
And like I said with Will Levis having to change his phone number, Dan Campbell's being forced to move. People suck. People absolutely
I didn't know that. They found his house or something?
They found his address and people were screwing with him.
What? I had no clue about that, but all right.
One of the best coaches in the league.
We can move on. Ravens at Cowboys, man. 2 teams that I feel like
this is another good game, man.
Need a win here. They both need a win.
One more than the other.
Yeah, technically, because one would fall to 0-3, but the Cowboys coming off a stinker at home. Before that, they won 16 straight regular season games at home. They're playing back-to-back games at home where they're coming off a loss to the Saints, who hung 40 on them. Now you got the Ravens at home, who need a win here. They don't want to fall to 0-3 with the Steelers at 2-0. Man. I want to pick the Ravens, but I just can't see the Cowboys losing back-to-back at home, one thing, and not getting pressure on Lamar Jackson. With how everyone else has killed the Ravens O-line, I just don't see how Micah Parsons doesn't. So I'm going to take that's the only reason why I'm going to take the Cowboys here. And I think the Ravens fall to 0-3.
I can't physically allow myself to pick the Cowboys, but I'm worried, man. I'm very worried for Lamar. I think that there's a very clear world where they can start 0-3, and that's just not good. Zay Flowers is 4th in the target so far this season. He's the clear alpha on that offense. Definitely. They gotta find someone else. Same with
the Cowboys. That's literally the same with the Cowboys.
CD.
They gotta find someone else.
Is Jake Ferguson still questionable? I hope he can play, but that'd be a tremendous turnaround on that injury.
And was Likely's week 1 game a one-hit wonder, or is he actually gonna,
I don't know,
solid this week?
Yeah, but it's weird.
I think
biggest
the
storyline of this game is Micah versus that O-line.
Oh yeah, and I think he's gonna kill that O-line. So
I took the Ravens, but I'm worried.
It's time to panic on the Ravens. I think it's time to panic on the Ravens, and it's only 2 games.
Defense hasn't looked good as good as it was supposed to either.
And I think Dak is gonna have himself a game. I think Dak may have one of those games where it's 303 touchdowns or 304 touchdowns, something like that. I
just don't like his weapons, man.
I don't, but I don't like the Ravens either. They have not looked good. And I get it. Their margin of loss is what is it, like 7 points, something like that?
Yeah.
But you're 0-2. You lost to the Raiders last week. Devontae Adams went up and down the field in the 4th quarter on you. Brock Bowers looked great. Give me the Cowboys here. It's gonna be a rough day for the Ravens. Sunday Night Football.
Why does he get another prime time?
Patrick Mahomes? What do you mean? Is that a problem? You don't like seeing Pat on prime time? But Chiefs at Falcons.
Knowing damn well what I was talking about.
Alert. The Chiefs are on upset alert. Kirk Cousins looked great last week. Phenomenal game-winning drive. Was able to move out the pocket. Was able to run play action. I'm taking the Falcons here. I'm taking the Falcons. No Pacheco for the Chiefs. Give me the Falcons in a nail-biter game. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to another drive like that, like how it was against the Eagles. But I'm taking the Falcons in an upset. And I think Kirk Cousins has his second straight week of playing some good football. Give me the Falcons here.
I got the Falcons by at least 2 touchdowns.
Are you being serious?
Serious. I think the Chiefs struggle.
Yeah, I do too. I think this is an upset. I really do think this is. I would bet on an upset here. I think the Falcons win this game.
Kyle, I taking the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Fool me once, shame on me. What's the story after being fooled like 4 times? Because where is Kyle Pitts, man?
My fantasy team is wondering the same thing. We need him.
Everybody in the world is wondering the same thing.
We need him. We need him. I'm trying.
I don't even
go ahead.
See, when you have a talent like that, there's a reason why he's not being involved. But it's year after year, and there's I don't know what to say. The issue is,
I couldn't tell you.
He can get open. He's fast. He's got good hands. He plays all game.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a quarterback who praised him all offseason.
Yeah, but I will say he's looking good in the run game, though. He has been looking good in the run game, but that's not what gets me points in fantasy. Kyle Pitts, talk to Raheem Morris, talk to Kirk Cousins, and demand the damn ball, please.
Talking about Raheem Morris, did you see his quote from Drake about Drake London? He said, Drake is a great kid. I don't think his celebration had anything to do with guns. He was probably shooting shirts to the stands. He's just that type of guy.
So he's just defending his player, just lying. Yeah, just lying. Just straight up lying.
Just on some BS, too. I love Darnell Mooney, so Kirk, target him all you want, man. I think that was beautiful. It made my heart happy. About the only thing last game that made my heart happy. But Kirk, you also love Ray McCloud, and I don't get that one. Please stop targeting him so much.
Bro, what was it with Ray McCloud? Like with the Niners, he was just really a special teams guy, and yeah, they really are trying to incorporate him to be that number 3 receiver over there.
I don't even think it's they. I don't think he's the receiver 3 either. It's just
Kirk.
It's just whenever he's in, Kirk just targets him. I don't know. And Carson still gets the.
Go ahead.
Carson still gets the first shot at our running back one. It seems with Pacheco out. Yeah. They did sign Kareem Hunt. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it over. I also wouldn't be surprised if Samaje is more of a full running back than just the third down back, like a lot of people think.
2 Monday Night Football games. I hate when they do this.
I do too, and like it's not like a 5:30 and an 8:30. It's like
I don't get it. Why not put one at 6:30, then another one at 8:30? It doesn't make any sense. You put them 45 minutes apart. What am I supposed to do?
And we had more 4:00 games this week as well. I don't know why they cut away from so many 1 o'clock. The 1 o'clock.
No, we had like 10. We had 10. That was too many last week.
He did the Decagon box.
And then you have to bank on like 3 games for the 4 o'clock games being good. So I can get why there's not as many 1 o'clock games. But Jags at Bills. Another 0-2 team that needs a win here. Could fall behind 3 games. Luckily for the Jags, they haven't played a division game yet. So they could get back into their division by winning division games. But if they fall to 0-3 here, it's going to be tough. But I think they do. I think Josh Allen is just building his MVP case. So give me the Bills pretty easily here against the Jags. I think James Cook has himself a game.
Curse that they're not. I think it's a curse they're not playing in division yet, because I think that the Titans are the worst team in that division, and they're not a major slouch. The Colts are going to bounce back, and the Texans, nobody wants to play them. The Jaguars, they're going to have to figure out their offense this week. You can't continue to struggle.
You
have weapons. You have a quarterback that is trying to make a name for himself. They changed their whole arena to Trevor Bank.
Yeah, and it's like last Sunday, yeah. That defense has kept them in games to where their offense has been in striking distance. They have I don't know what it is. That offense just has to get it together and come together and somehow put together a decent game where they can put up more than 17 points, 20 points. They have to be able to do something. Brian Thomas has looked very good to start the season. I don't know where the Jags get a win, but it's not here. I think the Bills win pretty easily. Next week is where their division games start. They go Texans, Colts, Bears. That's their next 3 after the Bills. So I don't know. That's 6 weeks in. I don't know how many wins they're going to have after that, but like I said, I don't think it starts here. I think the Bills are going to win pretty easily. I think James Cook and Josh Allen are going to have themselves another game. I want to say it would be close, but I just don't think they'll put up enough points to hang with the Bills.
You're our boy, Sujat, but you're not playing it. You're not playing a Browns offense. You're playing the Bills. Josh Allen is going to put up points. It doesn't matter if he's throwing to Keon Coleman. It doesn't matter if he's throwing to Khalil Shakir. It doesn't matter if he's throwing to Stephon Diggs. He's going to get points on the board.
Yeah. Or whether he's taking it in himself. Yeah.
James Cook, I think last week he took the first step into being in the upper echelon of running backs.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have himself another big game here. It's really whether that Jags offense can put up points to be close, and whether they can force Josh Allen to make a couple turnovers, to force a couple.
And the Bills defense has looked better than I expected them to.
Yep, definitely better than I expected. Yeah, so I think the Bills.
The Jaguars are going here. The Jaguars are going to need to make it a shootout, and I don't think they.
But they can't. I don't know if their offense can hang. I don't know if their offense can.
I got the Bills.
Yeah. And Bengals come. This could have been a 1 o'clock game. Commanders at Bengals. Give me the Bengals here. They bounce back. They need a win here. I got the Bengals here. I think Joe Burrow's going to look good.
You got 2 offenses that are struggling to start the season. Jaden Daniels has looked good, but the rest of the offense has been subpar. Joe Burrow has looked subpar. Jamar Chase has looked very. He did, but he still wasn't Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow. How the hell you want to say it?
Yeah.
Jamar Chase has to be Jamar Chase. No T. Higgins. I would assume he's still out.
I think he was limited in practice. It's for Monday Night Football. It's definitely pretty bad. But I wouldn't be shocked if somehow the Commanders pulled this one out. But I think the Bengals really need this win, and I think this is where they get it. Finally get a win, and try to climb back into that division. Because they got the Ravens in a couple weeks, so I think they really need this one here. Go ahead.
There's one reason I care about this game. He plays for the Commanders, went to Ohio State. Terry McLaurin.
I benched him. I'm done. I'm done. Until
I don't blame you.
He's gonna have to give me a 30-point game on my bench for me to put him in.
He can't, dude.
He's going to have to put up a bunch of points on my bench because I'm not going to play him until he shows me something. And it's not his fault. It's not like I'm saying Terry sucks. It's not his fault. They just don't get him the ball for whatever reason.
And I was so excited last season because, as I've said several times, I'm a Sam Howell guy. I'm not even trying to talk about Sam Howell, but I thought he was going to have good rapport with Sam Howell, and he had one of the better years of his career, but he still wasn't great. I thought that Jaden Daniels being a top 5 pick, you're gonna have your best receiver on your team be your lead guy.
Yep.
And he's not. I think Noah Brown had a better game than Terry did last week.
Everyone's had a better
game. Also
a
former Buckeye.
Yeah. I would hope to say this is the game, but they get him involved. But I don't know. That Bengals defense looks solid, and I think the Bengals walk out of here with a win. Finally get on the board.
I do as well.
And I think that's it for the pick'ems. How many games did we disagree on? I don't think there was many.
I think there was maybe 3-4.
Okay.
Not a lot though.
Before we get out of here, go ahead.
I don't think we mentioned it for Thursday Night Football. You picked the Jets, I took the Pats, so I'm down 1 going into the rest.
Yeah. If the Pats would have won, Commish would have had to step in because you did make your pick a little late. But
it was still about 4 to game.
We'll let it slide. Just don't let it happen again. We'll let it slide though.
I'm up 2 on you to start the first 2 weeks.
Okay. Like the Vikings, I said they were gonna win two times and lose out the rest of the way. So, but before we get out of here, what I wanted to introduce on the Thursdays is we put together a fantasy lineup for the week. So what we're gonna do is spin the wheel. On my other monitor, I have a wheel of each division. We each get 1 player from each division, and once someone gets that division, it's off the board. So we can't spin it again. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll take first.
All right, and we're doing quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. You get to pick from any team in the division, but like I said, once you get that division, it's done. All right, so
and you don't have to go in order either.
No. NFC South. I think this is a pretty obvious choice here. I think it's a really
Give me Bijan.
Bijan. I would have went Alvin Kamara.
I want Bijan.
You take Bijan Robinson. Let me put this down. All right. Do you want to back and forth? I think that's how we should do it.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So you're on the clock.
Yeah. NFC West. NFC North. I want to look at that. I want to look at the matchups. You didn't take any time to look at the matchups. You just chose Bijan just so quick. You're playing the Chiefs.
Am I taking the Panthers? No. I could have gone Mike Evans, but I didn't want to. I think this is the running back, and like you said, it's Kamara or it's Bijan, and I like Bijan.
NFC North,
I like Kamara too, but
the Lions, the Bears, the Packers, or the Vikings. It has to be the Lions here. Give me Amon-Ra St. Brown.
You're taking Amon-Ra over JJ. You already took him. You got Amon-Ra, but you took him over JJ. That's crazy.
I was just looking at the teams that were playing, and I didn't even think about it because I saw the Cardinals there. I saw the Lions were. I'm sticking. No, I have confidence in my.
Sticking with
I have confidence. Yeah, I have confidence in my pick. Give Amon-Ra St. Brown. So you got Bijan. I got Amon-Ra. I'm fine with that pick. I'm fine with that pick. Amon-Ra St. Brown against the Cardinals defense. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts up 100 and gets it to the end zone twice. So I'm perfectly fine with that pick. NFC North and NFC South off the board, and you get the NFC West. So we're just gonna run through all the NFC teams.
The NFC teams. Do I want Kyler Murray or do I want DK Metcalf? I don't want either one because I'm taking Trey McBride.
No love for Brock Purdy. Brandon Ayuk with all the other weapons out. How you were just talking up Matthew Stafford. It's going to be one of those games for him. Trey McBride is your pick.
Trey McBride.
Okay.
When you have to settle for Mike Gesicki at tight end, you're going to be jealous that I got Trey McBride.
AFC East. Wait. Why didn't I not? Yeah, AFC East. What do I have? Amon-Ra. The Bills are playing the Jags. Do I go Josh Allen? Do I take my quarterback here, or do I take my running back? Who else is in the AFC East? The Dolphins. Devon Achane might not be a bad pick here. Who else is there? The Jets already played, and the Pats already played, so I'm down to just 2 teams. I mean, I wouldn't have took anything from the Pats anyway. So I think...
You don't want Jacoby? I'll let you... Even though they already played, I'll let you take Jacoby.
Nah, that's just not fair. I would. No, thank you, but that's just not fair. He already played, had such a good game. I don't want to do that. That's too many points.
Got you.
So I think I'm going to go...
Too many points.
I think I'm going to go James Cook here. I'm going to go James Cook. It was tough between him and Josh Allen, but I'm gonna go Cook. Hopefully,
thank the Lord. That would have been my 3rd pick.
Hopefully,
I would have totally taken Josh Allen, and I would have taken Achane over James Cook.
Don't worry about me over here. Don't worry about me over here, man.
I mean, you took Amon Ra over JJ.
I have 3. I'm so sorry. What? We didn't get the AFC West. Okay.
AFC.
Yeah, why is that gone? No. Yeah, okay, AFC West. Let me have that back. All right. Let me spin it for you. AFC North. So far you have Bijan and Trey McBride. So you're looking
Lamar.
For who's that?
Lamar.
Fine. So what's left is the NFC East, AFC West, and AFC South.
You need your quarterback and tight end. I need my receiver.
Tight end. I might go tight end here. NFC East. NFC East.
Take your tight end here, please.
The Eagles.
Schoonmaker's on the board.
The Vikings. The Cowboys. No, the Vikings. What am I talking about?
The Eagles,
the Cowboys, the Commanders, the Giants.
Take your tight end. Theo Johnson's just waiting.
I'm saving my tight end for last and praying I get the AFC West so I can take Brock Bowers. That's what I'm banking on. So I'm taking my quarterback here. Give me Dak Prescott. Yes, I'm taking him over. I'm taking him over Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. Give me Dak Prescott. Like I said, I think he has a big game this week. All right, it's down to the AFC West and the AFC South. I'm hoping you get the South here so I can take Brock Bowers.
No, I'm good regardless. I got this.
AFC
I got the West.
AFC West, yeah.
So I got Devontae Adams. I got. Who do I got? Quentin Johnston. I got Rashee Rice. Palmer. Don't even mention Xavier the 14 because they blow.
Courtland Sutton. Go ahead.
I told you not to mention him.
Go ahead.
Because Courtland Sutton could be Justin Jefferson, but the quarterback not going to get them the ball. So,
make your pick, man. Make your pick.
Let me go ahead and take Devontae Adams.
Rashee
Rice might have been a better pick, but I like Devontae more because Rashee Rice.
AFC South, Texans, Titans.
You want Britton Strange? You want Chigo Conquay?
Texans, Titans, Jags, and Colts.
Hey, on the pilot episode, I mentioned Mo Alley Cox, and you got all upset.
Give me.
So you could pick Mo Alley Cox to redeem him. Don't look nobody up. Don't be over there cheating.
No. I'm just make sure he's healthy. Give me Dalton Schultz.
I was trying to avoid the Texans so that you wouldn't take him because he
was the only person that I thought about. I just wanted to make sure he was healthy. So yeah, Dalton Schultz. So our teams: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. You got Lamar, Bijan, Trey McBride, and Devontae Adams, and I got Dak, James Cook, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Dalton Schultz. I think it's gonna be close, and we're doing PPR, so point per reception. I like my team. I like my team. Amon-Ra St. Brown against the Cardinals. I think he's going to have a huge game. The Jags, I don't think are going to be able to contain James Cook. And like I said, Dak is going to have a big game this week, a big bounce back game. And I wouldn't be surprised if he put up 300 and 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns. So I like my team a lot.
Imagine you would have gone Josh Allen. You could have taken Saquon.
I like my team, man. I like my team.
Nasty.
I like my team, man. I'm not worried about anyone else. But
I think I beat you by 25 minimum.
All right. If you don't got anything else, I think that's it. Nothing else.
Go Vikings. Go Lamar. Everybody I'm rooting for all your teams. Have a great week 3.
Unless you're in the NFC West, I'm rooting for you. But yeah. And I didn't do it last week, but I did it week 1. I will be streaming, watching the Niners game.
Bro, we suck.
Yeah.
We started this episode without saying anything about like, subscribe. We're getting to the end again. If you got this far, give us a like.
Yep.
Throw us a subscribe. Yep. Leave us a comment.
Share with a friend.
Comment Rachaad White.
Okay, comment Rachaad White. And like I said, I will be streaming. I want to do this every week. I didn't do it last week, and we just happened to lose. So, I'm gonna make sure to do it every week now. I will be streaming twitch.tv/Herlins. I will be streaming the Niners reaction live. So yeah, come hang out. Watch me react to the Niners hang a 40 ball on the Rams.
Get cooked by Matt Stafford.
And I hope you guys enjoyed. Show some love. Leave a comment. Like the video. We appreciate all the love you guys have been showing. And we'll see you on Tuesday.